African ambition. One of the things that pissed me off about the editing compared to last time was the speed with which the text disappeared. And this time, there was even no voiceover in the event that it was all moving too fast. Anyway, here's one of the texts that barely flashed across the screen. Quote, I don't want to fix my spending triggers. I'd like to earn in a currency that allows me to afford them. End quote. Something about it left me so uneasy, and at first I couldn't say why. I just knew I didn't like it, even as a light-hearted joke type statement. There's this resignation, with many believing that the only way to earn decent money is to earn in a foreign currency. For many people, it's not a resignation, it's almost gleeful. Arese and smart money types are here. It's disheartening how we've just embraced imperialism and white supremacy as represented by those foreign companies that come to pay in dollars and euros. A good number of those foreign companies and international organizations, including NGOs, are a net negative. You have conservancies that displace people from their land. NGOs that function mainly as tax break havens for billionaires, consultancies that push policies that destroy communities, international companies like Coca-Cola that take and exploit resources like water, leaving the locals at a loss, and so on. There's a reason it is widely accepted that more often than not, the more you earn, the more harmful your job is, or at the very least, the more unnecessary your job is. We are not a society that is known for rewarding and compensating people based on the value of their labor or its positive impact on people's lives. When I see white people and their international organizations, all I see is imperialism, exploitation, white supremacy. White people have never harbored good intentions where black people are concerned. If they're coming to you, they've seen something they can take. They've identified a way to exploit you. You think you're winning by earning in dollars, yet more often than not, your nation, your people are losing so much more. Consider Coca-Cola taking up water resources and aquifers all over black and brown people's countries, leaving locals to be water insecure. Then they bottle the water and sell it back to the people. What does it matter if the top brass earn in dollars? What does it matter? At what cost? What is the value of working at McKinsey and earning in dollars while they advise governments to enact policies that destroy the lives of the ordinary people? White people will never give you more than they take. Voiceover poverty trap. Here's something that's supposed to be a voiceover but is reduced to mere text on screen, while the audio that's supposed to be there is missing. Quote, an unquenchable desire to succeed, a never-ending quest to escape the poverty trap. But in spite of our obstacles, we create, we build, we are resilient. And no matter the obstacles, we've learned to suffer and smile, because it's the African way to find a way. End quote. First, there's nothing African about any of that. That's just a description of the human condition under capitalism. I hate this immediate linking of African with poverty. That is white supremacy at work. The way we've learned to associate Africa with the worst of things, with struggle, suffering. Africa is so much more. I feel like every time this show invokes Africa, it is in relation to struggle and suffering. Second, I hate that phrase, a never-ending quest to escape the poverty trap. I hate it because I know they don't mean trap as a product of systemic, near inescapable factors. I hate it because it has implicit in it this idea that it's some kind of solo quest. Meanwhile, this is not something we can win as individuals. If you win it at an individual level, you become these girls. Selfish, materialistic, shallow, incurious, with zero situational awareness. You become Lara, losing the wealth you have accumulated in hospital fees and still not calling it a systemic problem. What we need is for everyone to realize This is not a solo fight. We need systemic changes. We need free healthcare everywhere. We need affordable housing. We need dignified, well paying jobs. We need free education. We need public services that work. That's what we need. Even as you work to meet your needs, the ever present understanding guiding you should be none of us is free until all of us are free. The quest to escape poverty will be unending as long as we don't realize that solving our common problems is solving all our problems. You can't be free alone. Otherwise, you become a Lara. If healthcare works for everyone, you don't have to be Lara rich for your parent to survive. And even if you're Lara rich, you don't have to be burdened with that financial stress. These are the problems we share. It makes sense to solve them together rather than to try and solve huge systemic problems individually. That's why I hate the messaging in this show. It's all look out for number one, accumulate for you, escape poverty for yourself, without considering that maybe a better plan is to solve the problems we all have in common once and for all. If nothing else, it is more efficient to join forces to solve a problem rather than everyone working individually in their own corner. There's a reason we, as African people, have a million proverbs about the power of unity, of working together. We are Ubuntu people. Our well being is tied in with the well being of our community. Remember that. Don't let capitalism and shows like this erase that awareness in you.